Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sauter, the professor of football science. I'm a writer for FootballAnalysisOne.com. I also write for CFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Hamilton Ticats. I also write for UFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Orlando Storm. On Football Analysis One.com, I cover some parts of the entire NFL. I'm joined today by my guest host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger here, ready to go. What are we going to do today, Professor? I didn't make get to the programming meeting today. Yeah, we noticed you weren't there. Okay, so we're just going to go through some NFL odds and ends. It's not nearly as exciting as yesterday's news. And yesterday was loaded with news. And then we got some CFL signings and some IFL signings too. Well, that sounds pretty fun. I think we're having a good time and it should be good. And we got 2 new subscribers, which is pretty cool. So that's good. Shout out to the new subscribers. And we're just going to go through this NFL and CFL news before, Professor, you look very tired and unfocused. Do I look tired and unfocused? You do look tired and unfocused. You know what would help you feel better about the show and looking less tired and unfocused? No, what would that be? W Energy. You should drink it. Do you have any W Energy? I do have a little bit left of W Energy. There we go. We got some W Energy. It's near the end of the day, so I'm kind of tired. I already drank a lot of W Energy. Wow, you did drink a lot. Okay, well, let's take a sip and let's get this party started. Okay, here we go. We're going to get the party started. Just like Tyler the Tiger said. There we go. Drink the W. Wow, that W is tasty, man. Good call, Tyler the Tiger. You're welcome. And you can get your own W. Just go to our comment or our description of the video, and we put the link to order W Energy, and we put our promo code Football Scientific, all caps, no space, and you get 10 to 40% off based on when you order. So that's pretty cool. Drink W Energy. Boom. Let's break it down. Okay, let's break it down. Like Tyler the Tiger said. So first, we got some NFL news. Just some odds and ends. A lot of this was about the coaching staffs and stuff. You know, there's a lot of changes to staffs this week. First, the Atlanta Falcons are expected to interview Carolina Panthers Executive Vice President Brant Tilley for the President of Football job. We heard it was going to Matt's to that quarterback, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not going to the quarterback. All right, next, we got Las Vegas Raiders. They are going to be interviewing Broncos quarterback coach Davis Webb for their head coaching position. Okay. New York Giants. Are showing interest in doing an interview with former Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy next week. Another retread. Okay. Buffalo Bills. They made some roster changes heading into the wild card games. They signed cornerback Dave Jackson to their active roster. They placed defensive tackle Jordan Philon on the IR, and they signed quarterback Shane Buechele. He's back with Buffalo. He was with Buffalo's practice squad. He got signed by the Chiefs. Now, after a horrible game last week, he got released, and the Buffalo Bills picked him back up. They're like, hey, we'll take you back. And they also signed cornerback Daryl Porter Jr. to their practice squad. So it's kind of getting your reinforcements right, I guess. Cleveland Browns. They have decided they're going to interview offensive coordinator Tommy Rees for the head coaching job, and they're also going to interview defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, and they're going to interview Bengals offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher, all of which should not get that job. That should be Lincoln Riley's job. Okay. Former Atlanta Falcons head coach Raheem Morris has confirmed that he has interviews next week with the Arizona Cardinals, New York Giants, and Tennessee Titans. Washington Commanders have requested to interview Raiders defensive coordinator Patrick Graber for their defensive coordinator job. So he's not going to head coaching job, but he's got a defensive coordinator look. That's good. Seattle Seahawks, they have taken rookie tight end Elijah Arroyo And they have moved him to... basically, they just decided to protect him during practice. They removed him from practice. So they made up for Wednesday. It's hard to say what that means. Green Bay Packers have activated linebacker Nick Neiman off their injured reserve list. They placed wide receiver Bo Melton on the injured reserve list. They signed defensive lineman Anthony Campbell to their practice squad. And they placed wide receiver Will Shepard on their practice squad. San Francisco 49ers left tackle Trent Williams and wide receiver Ricky Pearsall did not practice today. Doesn't say if they're going to play or not, but they didn't practice today. New Orleans Saints have declared that their quarterback one for next year will be Tyler Shook. So he's played pretty well this year. In the CFL, BC Lions have released American defensive back Robert Carter Jr. They signed national kicker Sean White, who's already with them, so they re-signed him. That's good to see. Calgary Stampeders are trying to move around their salary cap. They restructured the contract with American defensive lineman Fullerin Orimolade, or whatever. They restructured the contract with American wide receiver Reggie Begelton, who's one of their top players. They signed American defensive back Josh Proctor, and they released national wide receiver Damian Alford. Hamilton Tiger-Cats released two players. They replaced global punter Nicholas Constantinou, and they released American wide receiver Isaiah Wood. No guarantee they're not going to be re-signed later. They're just moving around prospects right now. Calgary Stampeders also have officially retired running back Jeshon Antwi. I think I mentioned that a couple days ago. They released American linebacker Jacob Roberts. They released American defensive lineman Jalen Hutchings. BC Lions re-signed American wide receiver Keon Hatcher. Montreal Alouettes signed American defensive lineman Chidozie Nwanko. Winnipeg Blue Bombers signed American defensive back Evan Holm. And then in the IFL, the Arizona Rattlers have signed defensive back Devin Hafford. He played for San Diego Strikeforce last year. He almost won the league championship. He's going to play for Arizona Rattlers this year. We're kicking up. We're getting closer to the IFL season. So. All right, so that's the news for today. Pretty short episode. Remember, check out FootballAnalysis1.com. Tonight I'm going to write an article about the greatest weakness of each wildcard team this year. And kind of why would they lose if they're going to lose? What they have to overcome, really. And then check out my Hamilton Tiger-Cats articles on CFLNewsUp.com. And then we're going to have some personnel moves coming up in the near future with all these drafts and quarterback drafts in the UFL. So watch out for that on UFLNewsUp.com. That is it for tonight with Football Scientific. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. If there's something you want to see, let me know. Also, we'll have a lot more content on TikTok. We have the phase 5 of our Turning Around the Cleveland Browns series. And then we also will have our scout report for tomorrow's college football playoff game between Miami and whoever Miami's playing. So that's going to be that, and it should be a pretty good Ole Miss. So that should be a pretty good time for everyone. We're going to close the Football Scientific portal for tonight.